Welcome to the first part of the 9th edition of the GCC Company Call. We are now in India. We were earlier in Pune, now in Delhi, New Delhi, and we've been talking with a lot of very interesting networkers and people out here. So again, like always, it's going great, growing great all over. Soon after this, we are going to Thailand, where we also have meetings. We're also getting guests from Pakistan visiting, so a lot of meetings also going to be there before we go on to Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi and so on. So it's a little bit all over Asia, and actually it's going good, and I will probably record a small part also from Bangkok, because we are now totally offline with the internet, and that's why we made a recorded version this time of the company call. I can only say that we actually have really big interest all over the world. We are over 108 countries where we have registered affiliates. It's growing rapidly many places, and here in India, which have almost 1.3 billion people, one of the biggest MLM countries in the world. Network marketing is known to everybody out here, and actually this kind of concept that we have, what I call smart intelligent network concept, think it's very well received out here. They can really see how much there is in this GCC coin and what we can do, because this is about being a different kind of personal banking in the future. This is about having wallets, it's about saving some coins, and for now building the network up, getting part of the transaction fees, because this is about transaction fees that we're building up the ecosystem, and not just about coin value and things like this, because a turnover, it will be the same if it's 0.10 or 10 euro for a coin. It doesn't make a difference in the transaction fees, which this whole thing is built up on. So of course I'm looking forward to see how the coin develop in the future, but right now let's build the business, because it's going really great. And the other guys will also be telling some things, and I will continue this call, the 9th edition, the second part in Thailand in a couple of days. And I can only say it's going great. I mean, you guys out there, you really see that we're making the people's money. This is my vision, and it really goes good. So keep on working, all you guys. Do all this great work, and let's make all this happen, because it's already happening. And remember what I always say, everything you can imagine is real. Thank you. Go out and meet everybody personally, and I meet everyone in the network. I don't care that it's a small guy or a big guy. New Delhi is more than 20, right?
Yeah, it's 22, 23.
23? Okay. 7 million, that's a lot of people. That the people that are earning money during the time they're building their network, what we then do is we take 0.024%, we send to the nature, because I believe that we need to help the planet. We're living here.
Explain it the easy way so that people understand.
Hello again. and welcome to the second part of the 9th edition of the GCC Company Call. Our journey continues here in Asia. We had a lot of very nice meetings. We also had some great negotiations with the leaders from Pakistan, which is actually going to do really great. That's what they have told us. So we're looking forward to see how it goes out there with all you guys. See, the expansion of the GCC coin all over the globe is really taking off. We see more and more countries joining in, so we have a very, very positive growth. The same, we're looking forward to go to Vietnam again, to Ho Chi Minh City and to Hanoi, where we will also talk with some of the leaders out there. And after all this journey here, we will take a look all the things that we're doing and probably make some great things for you. So here, this is the King's Palace in Bangkok, Thailand, and well, it's quite humid here. The humidity compared to Europe, must say that it is high. It's almost 40 degrees. In India we had about 43, but a humidity of 15. So it's a very different type of temperature. But it's great. It's just like it's heating up under the GCC. It's going great. It's going faster. It's going better. And all you guys out there, you're doing a great job. So just continue what you're doing. Put a little bit more power on there. Just continue. And like I say, what I always say, everything you can imagine is real. Thank you. See you later. Bye.
Hi, this is Mira Peltomäki, the CTO of the GCC Group. I'm greeting you today from Rome. I'm at the iconic Trevi Fountain at the Eternal City. What brought me here today was an IT conference. As a Chief Technology Officer, it's extremely important for me to keep my knowledge of technology very actual. And this week offers me the opportunity to take a look at several things such as storage, performance, and security, which are very important when I'm building a new infrastructure for the GCC Group. So that's all from me today, and I will hand you over to the others in the office. Thank you. Bye.
Hi everyone, right now I am in Bangkok Sokosol Hotel with the GCC co-founder and CEO Mr. Janam Pestol. So sir, first of all, thank you very much to give us a special time and amazing concept of 21st century of GCC coin. So it's amazing concept of 21st century. So I request to you, please sir, give some message to our people how we're doing this business effectively and efficiently.
Thank you for having me on this small talk. Well, we had a couple of days of constructive talks here in Bangkok, and as you know and you understand, and the GCC concept is something very special. It's not just a network marketing. It's a new era of network marketing, just like it's a new era of cryptocurrency and many other things. So one thing in this business is, for example, we don't have flushing. We accumulate your points all the time. We don't do anything to stay active. You get your position and you will always stay active. And even if you have a small ranking position, like a starter, could be a tin, can sign up with gold and get full sponsor bonus. This is also not normal in many systems. So there's a lot of different things, but it's much easier in this than there would be in other systems. So instead of that, we're going to give PV, so personal volume, to people instead of asking, for example, for auto ship or other things like this, your monthly fees. And actually, we're doing this by the ecosystem. The ecosystem 24 which is a safety net under and around the cryptocurrency, the GCC coin. The main core business in this, of course, is centered around the coin, but you have to understand that the main core business is transactions.
Yes.
There is, if you will use a US dollar, a euro, or even a Bitcoin today, you don't earn anything on it. But if you're using a GCC coin, there is this 0.024% of transaction fees which goes to the network. And this part here, even though it seems very, very small, then when you have a lot of these transactions and building it up, because this is a long-term business, this is not something that is going to give a lot of money the next 3 months in this. This is going to be long-term building. Right now, the way that you should do it is build your organization. The more organization you build, the more of these PVs from sales of all these ecosystems will be placed on all these people in the network. That means if you have a big network, you will accumulate a lot of PVs, and even if it be only one, and you will have 100 in each side or 1,000 each side or whatever your downline would be, it gives really a total different potential than just start thinking about, let's say, coin value. Coin value is, I wouldn't say it's irrelevant, but if it's 0.10 or if it's 5 euro, it doesn't matter. Because right now you have to think transaction fees. This is what we're building the business on. And then after the public release, a year after the public release, then what I'm starting always when I'm talking with people is, I'm saying, why don't you earn money like the banks? Because do banks earn money? Yes, they do. And then people say, yeah, but I can't because I don't have a banking license. I say, but what you have to do is you have to build your organization. Then take half of your earnings, the ones that goes on escrow, put here and save it. Because then later, when the new era of private banking starts after the release, because we're creating the people's money, we're giving the power back to the people. When that happens, then the supply will be more and more great for the GCC coin. And then who is in all these millions of small banks all over the world? You are. All you guys will be the small banks which now can supply all the people who want to buy a cup of coffee in Paris or in New York or somewhere else. But this is the great thing about the system. Somebody that would take a cup of coffee in Paris actually will give you money. It's very small transaction fees. But this person is not in your downline, got nothing to do with the organization, but you earn money on it. The important thing is that if you create a coin, it's not to create the coin, it's to create the system around it, the concept around it. So you need not just the internal users, because the internal users are okay, but you have to create sellers and buyers. This is very, very important. Like to have the internal users, but they are not as relevant as the external users. So you have to have great amount of external users to boost the system, because else you will not have a stable value. And this is what I'm saying. I'm not interested in hiving anything. I'm not interested in having a high coin value. I'm interested in having a stable value until we come to the public release. And then people can see the value of it, and it will have a nice increase in value after this. And then you're sitting with the coins, and you can slowly by slowly, little by little, sell the coins. Now we've created millions of banks in the world, what I call the people's money.
Right. So one thing is clear, GCC coin is not a hype currency. It's everything on real basis, everything on reality basis. It's not a currency in behind 24 industries will be work. So please sir, only one thing more, what is expected that in 2016, how much industries you will be developed, and remaining in expected 27 September, then GCC coin going in public. So just answer on one question, and then thank you very much.
Well, of course, we expect that we could launch the public in September next year, the 27th. So that means 2017, right? But in this year here, we're also launching some ecosystem products. So now when we come to the autumn, September and so on, Probably we'll launch around 8 products. This is what we are planning right now, but of course we want to see how the growth is. If it's growing tremendously, we are having more, maybe, let's say, more cool products introduced, because it's got something to do with network volume, what you should introduce and what you shouldn't, so you're sure that that system works, or that site will have a good effect, because it's got something to do with you guys recommending it. And there can be a difference if you are, let's say, 50,000 people or 250,000 people on a site, depending on what kind of attention you will get if you are boosting it on Facebook or something. Regarding the 3D printing, that's also coming, probably also around September. And this is a real cool site. We took all the different things, the best things you can do on the 3D printing market, from sharing hub, library, 3D assistance, the hub itself, putting it together. And you have to really think about this, because right now, yes, there's not so much 3D printing going on, but you can print everything today. There's not anything you can't print. PLA, so plastic, biodegradable, is the most used one. Like 80% of everything is what's being printed today. But you can print in metal, copper, you can print cars, even Tesla is doing it. Formula 1 is using it for spare parts. Our CTO in our company have a very nice golden necklace. It's 3D printed in real gold. Of course, this kind of print is a little bit more expensive today, but in 2-3 years, it's going to be normal price. And I believe that in, for example, 3-4 years, people who have a normal printer today at home will have a 3D printer. Why not? And then you have to think about this, that we are creating like a new way of doing a lot of things also for teenagers and so on within the 3D printing. But just take the manufacturing. So the manufacturing alone, meaning things being produced in Pakistan, China, Japan, India, Europe, America, so on, so on, so on. There's a lot of stuff being produced, a lot of things being manufactured. And 3D printing is going to, within the next 10 years, and it's going to go rapidly up, be 20% of the entire production in the world. So if you imagine that if you're building the best, most sophisticated 3D hub in the world, would have all the features, the lowest fees and everything going through, all the cool stuff, and then you say, I need to send something from here to Tokyo, or I need to send something from Paris to London, or whatever it might be. You'll go here, you go in, click, it just goes on the other side. That means logistics. It also means manufacturing. So, in fact, we could become the biggest, the largest, greenest manufacturer in the world doing this by using the only green cryptocurrency in the world at the same time. So 20% of the entire manufacturing in the world, due to customization, private labeling and so on that will happen, 20% of everything being manufactured in the world will be 3D printed within 10 years. And then you say, really? Yeah. Well, like I said to you during the meeting, if people need to search something on the internet, is there a chance that anybody knows Google? Does anybody use Google? Of course you do, right? Everybody knows it. So why, when we have the correct timing for making the largest hub in the world of exactly what is needed, why they shouldn't use the GCC 3D hub? And then again you think, okay, within 10 years, 20% of everything being manufactured in the world. And then you start thinking again, transaction fees. Transaction fees, transaction fees, transaction fees. Every time somebody is printing something somewhere, just like the cup of coffee in Tokyo, cup of coffee in New York, cup of coffee in Paris, people earn money on it. They're not doing anything. They don't have to sell anything. They have to go and do anything. They have to share something on Facebook. That's all. So this is not a concept about a coin. It's not a concept about what the coin value should be right now. That's good, and it will be important later. But the next 1.5 years, it's got nothing to do with the coin value. It's got something about creating the network which can inform the world about the ecosystem and all the other products which are giving transaction fees to you. And that will automatically, together with the 3D printing, put a value and support under the GCC coin. And then you should just see when it comes out in the public and people can actually use it, then we come back to this, let's call it new era of private banking, which will be, you have a wallet, you have a wallet, you have a wallet, everybody have a wallet. Like few millions, maybe many millions of people. And now all these people, this person is sitting on the cafe, which will get 10% discount if you pay in GCC, will have to look and find the GCC. And where does she find it? She buy it from you, she buy it from you, she buy it from you. And you have just created your own little bank. And that's what I would say would be a good retirement fund. So it's a very, very special concept. And I call it actually Think Smart Intelligent Network Concepts and not network marketing. Because we don't have the flushing, we don't have all these other things. So I could talk for a long time, but I think this is this. And I'm confident that Pakistan will do all their best to do everything to boost this up, because you have a great opportunity in front of you. And this guy said you can do it. So show him, show me, show the world, show yourself, and just move, do it. Yeah?
Thank you very much, Mr. Jan.
Good, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello GCC, Namaskar, Satriyakal, Salam Alaikum. My name is Ganesh Gupta. I am support manager in GCC Company. I'm here to just introduce myself, and I'm pleased I got this opportunity to meet you all guys all over the world working for the GCC, and I'm here behind the monitor to help you with all your queries, with all your questions, with all your doubts, with all your problems. So first of all, I would like to introduce myself. I come from India, living in Poland for almost 8 years, and I was working with the different companies, also in the network marketing. Before joining to the GCC, I was with the ASEAN, it's also the American network marketing company. And I was responsible for supporting the customer. Then I got the opportunity which was offered by our CEO, Mr. Jan Paspel. And when I first time met the Jan, I thought, okay, this is the lifetime opportunity to start with something new, which gives you opportunity to grow with the company. And I'm here with you and supporting you. So I will also like to introduce you about support team here. We have just recently increased the time, keeping in mind Vietnamese team, Pakistani team, now Indian team. So we are working from 7 a.m. Central European time until 10 p.m. and it's 7 days a week. So we are all the time there for you whenever you have any problem in any part of world. You can just write the email or you can write on Skype. We are always there. Our support team is working in 2 shifts. First from 7 to 3 p.m. and second shift start from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. So we are right now 8 support team member here, and they all are multilingual, speaking English, Spanish, Urdu, Farsi, Polish, Croatian, so as well as Danish language. So whenever you have, if you can't write in English, so we will try to reply you in your language, or if we can't, so we will reply in English for sure. So 8 support members working for you, and they are always there. They are happy to help you. So we have kind of motto for support, GCC support team, that you are doing business for yourself but not by yourself, because support team is always there, and whenever you need help, we will try to solve it as soon as possible. So taking this opportunity, I would also like to point out some very common issues we receive from our networker, from our leaders, day by day basis. So first issue is password change. So I would request you, if you can use the forgotten password option, that will give you the opportunity, like you don't have to contact to support and wait for support to change the password. Please go to your My Office or GCC login page, use the forgotten password option, and as soon as you will put your username, an email will be sent to your email ID with a link which you can use to reset the password. So that's the easiest way and quickest way for all the leaders or for all the networkers to change the password. And the second thing I would like to point out that KYC, sometimes what's happened, you register the person and his KYC is missing. So as a leader and as a support manager from my side, I would request you that you to encourage your affiliates, as soon as they register for GCC and their account is active, they should try to upload their KYC as soon as possible. That will make like easy. That will put our support team in a like easier position to help you with all your query, and we will also know that we are helping the right person. Second thing is payment issue. There is lots of queries related to why this payout is taking lots of time. There is, as our CTO has already mentioned earlier, that our finance team has to follow the certain process, and we are like most of time we are trying to process all the payout requests within 5 days. Sometimes due to high number of requests, it can delay by 1 day or 2 days, but we will request you for understanding. But we are trying to process all the payout requests within 5 working days. The next thing I have received from our networker that they are not able to make changes to their accounts, like name change or date of birth change or any other changes which you would like. So I would like to say that this blockage of not allowing you to change your detail, it is just because of your security. Because if some other person will have, like, by chance he got your password, or he was able to log into your account and change the details, so that's a kind of not secure for yourself, for your personal data. That's why we have not provided all the opportunity to change all the details. So whenever you have, or you would like to change, or you have misspelled the name or any addresses you can of course change from My Office. But if you would like to change your date of birth, there is a spelling mistake or like a typo error, you can always contact support. We would love to help you, or as soon as it is possible, to change the details. So that's all from me. This is just a short introduction. We will come back to you all with more detail. We are preparing some tutorials, so that will make your life easier and make registration process easier, and also other kind of tutorial which can help you in growing your network and building your organization. So that's all from me tonight. Have a good day. Bye bye.